Hi, I'm recording this in the Dallas airport on my way to Indianapolis for an exponential event. Pretty excited about that, but I kind of want to go a little bit further with these little foxes that spoil things, the legalism argument. You know, in John chapter 3, uh, John the Baptist talks about Jesus, and the one thing he says is he must increase and I must decrease. I was thinking about this week as I was doing a little bit of research into Dallas Jenkins, the guy who produced the incredible series, The Chosen. He gets on there in the very beginning and says that, this isn't scripture. It's not meant to replace scripture. It's just meant to give us a little bit of insight into what life was like in those times. And I think that's a wonderful thing. It's certainly been a blessing to me and to those people around me and people I'm trying to share the Lord with. It's an exciting tool. However, the thing that I noticed as I was searching through YouTube is that there's dozens of people. I mean, it's almost like for every video that Dallas Jenkins puts up there, there's a half dozen others attacking him for nonsensical reasons. Legalistic, silly little judgmental pseudo-theologies. You can kind of Google anybody that's doing anything positive for the Lord, and you're going to find these people who are kind of practicing a form of idolatry. They've made themselves the idols. They're standing in God's place. Anytime that we put ourselves in God's place, then that's idolatry. We're worshiping ourselves more than God. And when we make ourselves judge and jury over somebody else who's doing something, and I'm not talking about somebody who's anti-Christ or who's grossly twisting the scriptures to say something really odd or crazy. But if we're in the mainstream and they're in the mainstream, then we ought to be supporting one another. We ought to be smart enough to know that none of us knows everything and that none of us has all the answers to anything, and none of us can be the fourth member of the Trinity. And so if this is you and you're getting a little mad at me for saying this, good, because you're practicing self-idolatry. It's a form of legalism. It's not maybe little foxes, but large foxes that spoil the vine. And you and I, we all do it, and we all just need to get over it and get over ourselves.